So we're sitting down with the East Bay Gangsta Spice One. What's good with you, man?
Man, just enjoying the replies I'm getting from the new album, man, and working on something new all the time. You already know.
That's what's up. So the new album is Platinum OG 2. Tell me about putting this record together, with Elder Entertainment, working with Snoop Dogg, CL Smooth, MC8, like everybody you got on this record.
Um, Man, it was cool because to get the features from everybody was definitely a blessing. You know what I'm saying? From everybody that's on there, Domino to even Be Legit to CL Smooth, especially Tretch, and shout out to all of the cats that got down on the album, especially DJ Premier and Mike Epps. You know what I'm saying? Just the features are just dope. I really appreciate everybody getting on the album, man. Me and Mike Epps go back a few years. I knew him already from the movies and stuff. But then I was at a gas station pumping gas, and Mike Epps rolled up on me from the back, and he was like, "Spice One, what's happening?" I was like, "Oh shit, Day Day, it's something. I ain't Day Day, man, it's Mike." I was like, "Oh, okay, I ain't Day Day, but my bad." But man, everybody on there, like I said, it was a blessing to have everybody on there, man. And shout out to everybody that was on there, man. That was all a good look, especially Snoop and Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was real exciting to get them on some music, especially together on one track.
Yeah. Now you've gotten with Elder Entertainment for a couple of projects. How did you guys hook up? Going through that, process with them.
Well, I look at myself sometimes like a hitman. You know what I'm saying? I was a hitman. I was contracted to make a hit. You know what I'm saying? To make a few hits. You know what I'm saying? So, he called me up and I took the contract, and we got to work instantly. I met him through Northside. Northside was there, and he introduced me to Northside, and we started working together. And when I went out there to record, it was all good. Even on the first Platinum OG, we did it on the first one. He just hit me up and was like, "Man, I got all of these beats. I got a few features. Cats that want to get on there. I can sure if we hit them up, they'll be down to get down." And man, we talked over some numbers, and we started working. You know what I'm saying? And everything looks good right now. As far as the marketing and promotion and everything that we're doing as far as publicity. The publicist is doing a great job. Everything is in place. So we in mash mode. We all about marketing and promoting the new album, maybe doing some new videos to some songs on there. We're trying to figure out, let the fans tell us what song that we should do the videos to, because it's all about them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about what we like. It's about what the fans want. So that's the next mission, is to see what fans, what video they want us to do next.
Right. Okay. All right. Now, with Platinum OG 2 being the follow-up to Platinum OG, what was the significance of doing a part 2, and what made you want to do the second installment?
I say what made me want to do it was the first one was really successful, and I thought if we did it again, it would be we could make it more successful, because they wasn't ready for the first one when we dropped it. A lot of people slept on it, you know what I'm saying? But now they going back and listening to that too, because if they like this Platinum OG 2, where's the first Platinum OG? So they looking for that, and and both the records are getting good streams right now. You know what I'm saying? And because they was both hot, so I was like, man, let's do that again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and leading up to this album, you had dropped several singles, on the way to doing this. And One of them was the track with Snoop, the Gangster Shits track. Tell me about doing that track and working with Snoop to put that together.
Well, Snoop is always, he hard to get a hold of and contact, and so is Rick Ross. But with me, it was all love, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like Snoop jump on this track, and the next thing you know, he sent it back, and so did Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like we sent it to him, they sent it back. Because it's hard to actually, catch them in the studio or have them come to my studio session or whatever, because these guys are busy. They doing their thing. They running around the rest of the world performing and doing shows and recording and stuff or whatever. So the quickest thing for us to do was have them drop the verse and send it in. And it was with no problem, man. They sent it in, and like the next day we got the verses and shit. So shout out to Snoop and Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? It's you can only find a few friends in this business. You know what I'm saying? And those are friend type qualities that these guys showed me by just getting down. Just on the strength of the rap game alone. Spice One and Snoop Dogg needed to do a song. Rick Ross needed to get on the track. We got to do stuff like this, and we can't let money and people's feelings get in the way, because it's all for the fans. They want to hear that shit. I'm pretty sure they wanted to hear a song with me and Snoop Dogg, or hear a song with me and Rick Ross on there. You know what I'm saying? And we got to make sure everything is crossed, all of the T's is crossed, all the I's is dotted, and make sure that all the paperwork is straight, and actually make sure we get it out there to the fans.
Right. Speaking of Rick Ross for a second, what do you think about all this stuff with Rick Ross and Drake, and now Game getting involved? Like, what's your take on that? What's going on out there?
Man, it's like when you put all of the fighters in the middle of the ring and just let them go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all gotta let us go, man. Let us do our thing. Ain't no telling who might get involved. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get at me, I'm gonna have some fun. You know what I'm saying? It's all it's all competition. This is a competitive industry that we in, especially when it comes to rap music, freestyling and spitting. You know what I'm saying? And what they saying and the beat that they use and all of that. It's competitive. It's always been like that. Hip hop, from breakdancing to rap music to even graffiti, everything was competitive. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Beat Street, dude got killed though doing the graffiti. You know what I'm saying? It's competitive industry and a competitive art, and there's a lot of money to be made. And if you're good at it, better than average, then I suggest that you work on your skills and sharpen them up and get out there and do your thing. Like they say, everybody deserves to spit a verse. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Spit that shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I mean, with them beefing like that, let them go. Shit, let them go, man. Like two niggas fighting and everybody, you can't stop them from fighting. Fuck it, let them go, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do it anyway.
Right. So another record I wanted to touch on with Platinum OG too was the one with MC8, Deuces in the Sky. And you and 8 have a long history of doing collaborative albums and doing features with each other and stuff like that. So what made this feature or this song with 8 maybe different from the others? And then speak on your all's collaborative efforts over the years.
Yeah, well, me and 8, we haven't recorded a song in a while, so that's what made this one special, because I guess people was looking for us to record something new anyway, and actually for them to actually be able to hear it, thanks to the publicists and the promotions. You know what I'm saying? We've been recording for years, doing albums and songs, and pushing the line. We homies from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? My cousin is from his hood. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we automatically clicked from day one back in the 90s. So, and every time we get a chance to record something or do a show together, we always rocking, you know what I'm saying, with Aid and the whole, you know, me and Chill, and you know, we always got a chance to we always get jump at the chance to hang out at the show and kick it, smoke, you know, chill, chop it up, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you also had, which is crazy to me, but you had the Southern legend N.O. Joe, who's done all that great stuff with Scarface, Ice Cube, and some other people.
Yeah,
You know, talk about getting him involved, and what was his involvement in this record.
that dude is dope, man. When Ryan got him, you know, hollered at him and got him involved with everything, I was excited, and you know, but you know, I was fired up, like, oh, you know, N.O. Joe, that's dope, you know what I'm saying? But shit, when he sent me the tracks, that's when I got fired up, like, oh shit, yeah, okay, I'm good on it. I can spit on all of this shit, you know what I'm saying? It was automatic, like, as soon as I heard the beats, I could automatically spit to them. It was automatic, just like, oh shit, okay, turn the mic on. Like, I didn't even have to write nothing or anything. I was just like, oh shit, like, I got something for that right here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, N.O. Joe, the beats that he was doing or making for me was like tailor fucking made, like a suit, you know? It was easy for me to fit into them and shit. I don't
Dope,
know if he
dope.
was thinking me when he wrote them, but yeah, I mean, when he made them, I don't know if he was thinking about me, but they was definitely tailor fit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, let's take it back a little bit because I want to get into some of the Spice One history with you. Um, Talk to me about in the early days, you putting together the Let It Be Known EP with Ant Banks and the history of you know, kind of behind that kind of rare classic. As far as you two linking up and working together and putting that EP together early on in your career.
Yeah, I think man, I was like, I wasn't even old enough to buy alcohol yet. And this girl named Kimmy Fresh had brought me over to their studio, and I spit a few lines or whatever, you know, and they was already signed to a label called Triad Records. And Triad Records, they I guess they told them where I was at, and next thing you know, the lady from Triad Records walked right up to me while I'm on the turf with the Tech Nine in the bushes, like on some real shit, like. I'm posted up on the turf, like, who the fuck, you know, hey, lady, you know, you should get the fuck up out of here. Y'all think you should be here. And said, like, I know you didn't look, she didn't look like she wanted to buy no dope, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, you know, what are you doing here? She was like, are you Spice One? I'm like, yeah, you know, she was like, well, you know, I got some friends, a group called AMW. They said that you got some songs that I need to hear. Do you have a tape or a CD? That's when I had tapes and CDs. And I gave her a CD or a tape that I had made, and you know, I had a recorded In My Neighborhood. I made 187 Proof and a few more songs that I had on there. And she took the tape, and next thing you know, she comes back and she like, well, I can put this out. You know, I got money to put this out. He want to contract the label, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't doing shit. I was selling dope on the street nobody ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? And wasn't really making enough money like I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Taking everyday risk, and you know what I'm saying? Risking my freedom and shit like that. You know, I'm like, shit, I might as well do this shit here. So I signed the contract and shit. And she called Ant Banks, and he was working with Pooh Man and Too Short. And next thing you know, Banks is remixing and mastering 187 Proof and In My Neighborhood. And I had other producers, Blackjack and EA Ski or whatever, but they didn't come around until after that EP. You know, Banks was did all the majority of the songs on there. And you know, he mixed and mastered them and did a great job, man. Like, you know, he did some old Dr. Dre shit back in the day, played the keyboards and all of that shit. Had a few cats come in and play some guitar from Funkadelic, Tiny and P came in there and and played on a few songs. And man, we came out with a great project, first EP. And we once we released it, we put it in the stores. And you know, man, I would go up to the stores and sit there and just watch the shit fly off the shelf. Like everybody that came in there was picking up this new Spice One CD, picking up the Let It Be Known, and it just flew off the shelf. And I'm like, well, we got to order some more. And I used to go there and just watch people pick it up. They didn't even know it was me sitting there. Until I started doing in-stores, and you know, they started recognizing who I was, and I started doing in-stores and signing autographs and stuff. And then here came Josh.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now, and obviously you and Banks will go on to do, I mean, so many incredible and dope records together. But my favorite song that you two did together was Face of a Desperate Man on the Amerikka's Nightmare album.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So tell me how that song came together and how you guys collaborated on that masterpiece and building the whole concept and everything for that record.
Well, I just felt that we needed some slow, you know, some slow ass, you know, gangster shit, but with an edge to it, with an OG edge to it, like an old school edge to it, and that's where the keyboards came in, and the you know, the music from Banks playing all of the keys and everything, and I was, you know, thinking like, you know, I gotta spit something real, you know, something that people are gonna remember me for, you know, something that I gotta say something that I'm really going through out here on these streets. And I was thinking, you know, I'm not just gonna rap about everybody else, my problems and things I got going on. I'm gonna rap about everybody else's shit that they go through too, you know, just to get an edge on my fans and see and get let them catch the same energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, you know, let me just tell a cool story about how we getting down and how you know, motherfuckers don't make it out here. You know, a lot of cats try to make it in the game, in the streets, and they got big plans and big dreams of being a big drug dealer and being a big gangster and all of that shit. And next thing you know, they slumped over in their car, you know what I'm saying, with yellow tape around them, or found in a dumpster or something, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't know these cats out here don't play. It's a different game. It's two types of gangsters. You got the cool gangster, and then you got the shady gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll set you up just for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, and you got to watch out for these motherfuckers out here. And got a lot of cats that wasn't laced, so I had to lace them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and your storytelling, just in general, I mean, not just on Face with Desperate Man, but on several of your albums and your songs is incredible. So where do you draw your inspiration from to be that creative and that descriptive in the way that you rap and get your message out there in your style?
Really from you know, like from everyday experiences, stories I hear every day, really the streets. I just, you know, I hear everything. When you know, when you're an artist, like, you know, like and you rapping about shit and you want to reach a massive crowd, then you pay attention to everything that's going on around you, as far as, you know, what's going on in the news. You know, watch your YouTube, and you know, and you rap about that shit that's currently happening. You know what I'm saying? So you can catch what's going on now, and you know, you get you turn heads and raise eyebrows when you do that type of shit. You know, and so that's definitely been my plan from day one. You know.
Yeah, I feel like back in the day, like when you were in middle school or some shit, and you know, and you had math, you had science, but then you had like creative writing. I feel like you had like you would get an award for creative writing or something because your stories are so vivid. So yeah, was
Hey
that just
man,
something natural with you or what?
yeah, like I say like maybe 5th grade, 4th grade. I remember it so vivid. The teacher told the class to write poems, and I wrote the poem that I wrote. the whole class was just staring at me for a minute, you know, just looking at me like, you know, and then they started clapping, and I was like, oh, you know, I was like, oh, they like it, you know what I'm saying? And I was tripping, you know, and next thing you know, I mean, this was crazy. You know, the principal came to, and he had me come to his office. Usually I'm going there for fighting and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or something I didn't, you know, do it, cussing the teacher out or something, you know. And he was like, you know, I went to his office and he was like, hey, you know, like tripping, like, you know, like you wrote this poem? And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know, I
Do
was
you remember
tripping
what that
on him.
poem was? Do you remember what that poem was?
Nah, I can't remember to this day, but I know I like, you know, I was kind of just writing about like my life or regular stuff. It really didn't seem like it was that much to me. You know what I'm saying? I was just writing, and I made the words rhyme or whatever. But the principal was shocked, man. You know, I didn't believe I was in the principal's office for a poem I wrote that was for something good. You know what I'm saying? And I always remembered that. You know what I'm saying? When I got older, I always remembered that, like wow, you know, like damn, I remember I wrote that poem, and the principal was tripping. Maybe it is something I have, you know, that attracts an audience or makes people want to listen. So I definitely, when rap music came around, it was definitely I knew that was my lane. Just
Yeah,
from
that's
that
what's
alone,
up.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up. So America's Nightmare to me was one of your uh pivotal and like most cohesive projects up to that point, right? You had Ant Banks, DJ Battlecat, uh, E40, Tupac, Method Man. Like you had everybody on this. Even the late great G Nut from 187 Fact.
Yeah.
When when you look back on this classic project in terms of where you were at this point in your career, um, reflecting back, what did that album do for your career? You know what I mean?
The America's Nightmare.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, you know it. I felt like it separated me from all the other artists, because it was kind of like a more of a militant, to me it was like militant, you know, I was speaking about the three strikes law, and I was speaking about, you know, our Second Amendment, which was the Strap on the Side song, and Jealous Got Me Strapped. Um, and Murder Ain't Crazy, things like, you know, because you know, I was like, man, you know, just because, you know, you can't say somebody crazy because they murdered somebody, shit goes on out here. It was a real controversial album, you know, to me, and really, really rebellious album. It was me trying to speak out as a 25, 24-year-old young adult and explain to the rest of the world what it really is and who we really are out here out on these streets as, you know, as quote unquote Black men in America. It was J. Edgar Hoover who said something about the most dangerous, biggest threat to America is the Black Panthers, the intelligent Black men, and you know that really ain't necessarily what we about. You know, as Black men, we not trying to fucking take over shit. You know, and I was trying to explain to every you know, everybody, you know, a lot of things like the King Mansa Musa toured the world and he gave things away. He gave out money. You know, he didn't try to take over no one's land or kill nobody, rape or pillage anyone. You know, he just toured the world and said, hey, you know, what's up, y'all? I got some gold, man. Check this out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mind of set of a Black man. You know what I'm saying? we just trying to survive out here. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac saying, the white man's world, man, you know, and that's what everything, that whole album was representing. You know, I had to represent myself and try to get some respect for me and my dudes out there on the block struggling. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because everybody was like, oh, they're crazy. They kill us. Send them to jail. Kill them. Give them the motherfucking chair. And I'm like, nah, man, we just out here trying to get it. We didn't bring these guns to the hood. We didn't bring this dope to the hood. This shit was here. You know what I'm saying? We selling it like everybody else is. It just seems to be more of it over here. And shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but that's what the whole album was about. It was, you know, I had, you know, read a lot of stuff about the Panthers, and my pops was a speaker. My uncle was a Panther. My best friend's dad was a Panther. You know, and so I grew up in this environment to, you know, to speak out for my peeps. You know what I'm saying? And not just black people. Speak out for everybody who knew wrong from right, who fucking knew black, you know, who looked at the world in black and white, not as in a racial sense, but looked at the world in a black and white, like this shit is fucked up, and this ain't right. This is cool. This is cool. This is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that I was rapping to and shit, who know the difference. You know, I don't know if I'm offending anybody, but the motherfuckers who was like, I ain't taking that goddamn COVID shot. Everybody who didn't take that COVID shot or who they had to take the shot, you know, shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't trust none of that shit.
Right. So I want to circle back to something you said earlier about, you know, friends and in this industry of not having, you know, a lot of real friends or whatever, right? But you and Tupac were super close. I mean, friends from the time you all met till Pac got murdered. But Jealous Got Me Strapped, Can't Turn Back, I'm Losing It, One Day at a Time. What was your favorite track that you did with Tupac?
It's crazy because all of them was like, when I think back now, all of the songs I did with him, they were for a reason. Like the day he got killed, we did Fame. Something we all adore, something we're dying for, trapped in this, you know what I'm saying? The day he got killed, we did that song. Damn. And I'm Losing It is one of my favorite because you know, when we did that, we was young, we was having fun, and you know, we turned the beat on and we got right to it. We was just like, we gonna drop some dope shit, and we did I'm Losing It, then we rolled up some more blunts and hopped back in the van and rolled all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Can't Turn Back, we was driving around all day, and he was like, man, let's go record. And he was like, you be falling asleep when we smoke all of this goddamn weed. He was like, don't fall asleep. And I was like, nigga, I ain't gonna fall asleep. Go to the motherfucking studio, shit. Me and Pac get to the studio, and we to record I Can't Turn Back. And he like, man, we're gonna roll up some weed and shit. We rolled up about 5 fucking blunts. And about 10 minutes later, my ass was in a fetal position on the floor in the booth, in the microphone booth, laid the fuck out, like done. And then I wake up to Pac shaking me, saying, "Fool, wake up! You said you weren't gonna go to sleep. Like, wake your fucking ass up." And so, you know, I only recorded 8 bars to that song. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, all of them is kind of my favorite. Jealous Got Me Strapped. We did that because one of the homies got killed. Armand, rest in peace. He got killed in a jacking. Niggas was trying to jack him or whatever, and he gave him his shit, and they shot him anyway. And so, you know, we definitely, and the theme for his funeral was Jealous Got Me Strapped, and everybody had the T-shirts on that said Jealous Got Me Strapped. And it was a mutual homie of me and Pac. It was me and Pac's mutual friend. So yeah, we definitely had to. That's why we did Jealous Got Me Strapped. So a lot of the songs, all of them have like these. You know, we never just did a song except for I'm Losing It. You know what I'm saying? We just went in there and dropped that shit and jumped back in the car and rode off.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope. Um, I think it's crazy, and I don't know what the word is, but maybe unjustified that a lot of these songs that come back out that had you and Pac together on these songs, all of a sudden they're stripping a Spice One vocal out of the song and putting somebody else on the song, and it's like I don't understand the method behind that absolute madness. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, it's real, you know, to me it's just so disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we recorded the song in the studio right there together. Like that's how we wanted the song. That's how Pac wanted the song with me on there. You know what I'm saying? For me, anyone who took me off, then that was just a plea for popularity, or try to, you know, say I'm on a song with Pac, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on a, you know, that they did a song with Pac and to fool to the audience basically. You know what I'm saying? When they go back in when they go back in history, they're not gonna know that that original song was written with Tupac and Spice One. They're gonna think it was with someone else, and that was the original song. And that's what pisses me off. Like, you know, and that's, you know, songs from my dead homie, one of the most famous dudes in the world, one of my dead homies, and I'm actually being taken off of him is definitely a blow to the chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but you know, for the real fans that know what's up, you know, shit, we all here, we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We know we heard the song from the beginning, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Now, earlier this year, you and EA Ski had a live conversation reflecting on, you know, the Making of Yourself title debut album that followed the Let It Be Known EP. Describe the process of putting that first major release together with, you know, with EA Ski, CMT, you know, Ant Banks and yourself doing production on that album for your debut on Jive Records.
Oh man, it was like getting rappers together, but I got these producers together. I had three producers on there that was just hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Blackjack, Ant Banks, and EA Ski, man. You can't get no tougher than that. On one album, dropping tracks, man, hell yeah. So I was hella excited about that. And you know, I was excited about them being excited to even work with me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we hung out and kicked it and chopped it up and about what songs we was gonna do and how we wanted them to come out or whatever. And you know, the fans loved it, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to all of them cats, man. I still work with them today. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Now, Trigger Got No Heart, which I got hanging up back here in my background,
Yeah.
that was on the Menace to Society soundtrack and was the lead single for that. Is another one of those tracks that's a bona fide classic, at least in my view. How did this track come together with you and Ski and CMT? And can you speak to its impact on your career as far as it being, you know, attached to Menace to Society movie?
Man, it was a big impact. Like that's a classic OG movie that, you know, that cannot be duplicated. You know what I'm saying? The energy in that movie will never be duplicated because that's how we was actually feeling at the time. And even in the videos, the energy couldn't be duplicated because that's how we was feeling at the time. If you look at Trigger Got No Heart video, man, I got like 50 dudes back there with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how we used to roll. We'd really be rolling like that around LA, deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Pac, you know, me and Pac and South Central Cartel, and then Thug Life would be with us, and then I had some of my niggas from Oakland with us, and we'd be deep. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere we went, and we'd just be kicking and partying or whatever. So when we shot the video, that's how we was rolling. You know, so if you look at that video, you can see how many motherfuckers was there, and you know, it took a lot to when we did the video and because man, it was like at least 100 dudes there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, get everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the impact as far as why when it was on the in the movie, I was actually walking down the street in New York and in Harlem. And you know, I was like, man, you know, we just dropped the movie, the soundtrack and shit, and the movie is out, and everybody's talking about the movie, and I'm walking down Harlem, kind of funny, like, damn, you know, ain't nobody saying nothing. And then, you know, my management was with me, and he was like Chico, you know, because that's my nickname. He was like, Chico. He said, turn around. And so I turned around, and it looked like half of Harlem was following the motherfucker. I was like, hey, what's up? And it was like, Spice, yo, what's up? I was like, what's cracking? And I was like, okay, it's major love out here. You know, shout out to Harlem and all the cats on the East Coast, man, from Brooklyn all the way to Harlem to the Bronx to everywhere in Queens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's crazy all that love in New York. You know, I didn't have no idea until I turned around and looked, man.
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
that's
you know,
what's up.
all the Brooklyn homies, all of that shit.
That's what's up. And then, you know, around this same time when you were on that live conversation with EA Ski, you had previewed an unreleased track that you and Ski have, that Stick 'em Up track.
Yeah.
So can we look forward to seeing this track pop up on something soon, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, well, me and EA Ski been working together. I just had him send me some stuff. I just had him send me, and I sent him a track to remake some old school shit. And so, yeah, we plan on working on something, and that's definitely gonna be, you know, it's gonna be in the works, especially that song "Stick 'Em Up." I don't know what he gonna do with it, but you know, I'm ready for him to put it on the album, or put it out somewhere. I use my, you know, I developed a new style. My style developed every time, you know, every time I spit another rap, my style develops another notch. I feel, you know what I'm saying? So I had to take it up a notch. When I spit on that, I was like, oh shit, you know, I didn't write none of that down. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh shit, I'm on it. So when you hear that shit, just know I was on one, man. I was on some energy shit.
Okay, all right. And then, you know, we were talking about Banks earlier, and with him kind of, you know, kind of coming back on the scene, doing the stuff like he did with JD, the tracks he did with Mount Westmore, and Cocaine and Sugar Free. Can we look forward to Banks and Spice One connecting again?
Yeah, definitely. I've been talking to him too. I guess, you know, he was out here, you know, because I'm out of here in Vegas. He was out here a week or two ago, and he contacted me, you know, so we definitely gonna start working, man. Definitely Banks, man. Hell yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's next for the East Bay Gangster? What you got coming up after Platinum OG 2?
Well, I'm debating on what I'm gonna drop the Night Rider album, and I got a lot of shit in store with that one, man. Me and Lil Boosie and Sibo, and I'm working on some shit, trying to get Busta and 40 to get down on some shit. I got some different producers I've been working with, some new cats, youngsters. You know, and I'm trying out some different styles and doing different shit. Actually doing reggae songs and full reggae songs and shit. You know, just spreading my hustle, man. You know, I'll probably drop I plan on dropping a reggae album, so look forward to that. At least a EP with some reggae songs on there. My style of reggae, you know, my gang Rasta, you know what I'm saying? Gangsta Rasta, Spias One. You know, you're gonna hear all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? So look forward to that. You know, I'm gonna spit a little bit. My Rasta name is Fire Thief, so it's gonna come out as Fire Thief featuring Spice One.
Okay, that sounds dope. I look forward to that. Definitely look forward to that. Hey man, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for hopping on. I need you to do me one favor before you head out.
What's up?
Drop me a shout out. Drop me a shout out. You can, you know, Chad Kiser is the name, and Conversations with Chad is the podcast. However you want to do it.
Okay. Yeah, man, it's Spice One, Boston Lenny, Fetty, Chico, Shiz, Nilty, with your boy Chad Kiser, man. We out here turning up on the show. Y'all stay tuned. We gonna keep dropping them.